Recap in minutes. In today's video, we will be going through a war and action movie, American Soldiers. There will be spoilers ahead, so chill out and enjoy. At the start of the movie, some soldiers are shown moving toward Baghdad in a military truck. After half an hour on the road, they stop at a small town. Their Sergeant Del Vecchio suspects the area there and asks one of his soldiers named Tyler to come with him to patrol the bridge. When they were patrolling there, some of the terrorists fire mortars at their vehicles from beneath the bridge. They cover themselves and start following the terrorists crawling through the woods. Heavy exchange of firing begins there. When they get near the terrorist spot, they start to flee the area. The sergeant orders Johnson and Carver to hold that position while he and Payne go behind the running terrorists. They saw a pickup and inform Johnson that they are coming to pick up the terrorists. When the pickups arrive to take the load and men, Johnson and Carver engage them and kill one of their men. While on their way to the exit, they shot Sergeant Del Vecchio while the sergeant and his men blew up the pickup with an RPG. They have a doctor with them too. Johnson asks everyone to take defensive positions so that the doctor can have a look at his wounds. The sergeant needs surgery. He tells him that the sergeant needs to go to the hospital immediately, otherwise he will die. After that, they take him and move through the town to a medical facility. When they took him to the surgeon, he was already doing an operation on one of the terrorists. Tyler removes that man from the bed and asks the doctor to operate on the sergeant. The doctor gets frightened and tells them that there are other militia men too in the hallway of the hospital. Tyler, along with another soldier, goes to search for them in the hospital. He finds and kills two of them who had taken the hospital staff hostage. While on the outside of the hospital, a car of militia comes and they start firing on them. Tyler asks if the surgery has been done. He picks Sergeant up on a stretcher from the hospital and they move from there in the midst of the action. While on the road to their base, some insurgents appear. They follow them and fire mortars at them. Sergeant Stalker orders them to move fast and turn somewhere. He tells Tyler about the Louisiana two-step strategy. It was the strategy to take turns and wait for them to come. Well, they take a turn and wait for the terrorist pickup to come. They kill all of them on that turn. Dowdy starts to make fun of the dead bodies of the terrorists, but Sergeant Stalker forbids him. After that, they move towards the city. Jesse tries to change the mood of the sergeant by asking him to take a puff of a Cuban cigar. Sergeant Stalker stops him from making jokes about cigars and orders him to focus on the operation more. After some time they saw an eye on the entrance road of the city. It was in the shadow of a burned teddy bear. Carver comes out of the truck and asks citizens to move aside. He tells them that there is a bomb that is going to be exploded now. When they were about to shoot the eye, suddenly a boy came on the road. Carver comes in front to save him and gets wounded, saving that kid. In the next scene, they enter the city. Tyler and Johnson start walking in front of their military truck. They were talking about their previous lives in America. Back on the truck, Carver and Sergeant Stalker talk about their fears in the line of duty. Carver asks Dr. Cohen about the health of Sergeant Del Vecchio, who was lying in the back of their truck. The doctor makes jokes about his health. In the meanwhile, Taylor and Johnson saw another eye in the car on their way on the road. Both of them alert their fellow soldiers to move back. When they reverse their truck, suddenly the bomb explodes and insurgents appear from behind their truck. They fire mortar on their truck again. They turn to the street where they get engaged with the other gunmen of the insurgents. Their car engine gets burned out and the Sergeant Stalker got a fire shot after their car was bombed by them. They take refuge in a warehouse, taking shelter from the truck. Sergeant Stalker dies in the hands of Payne there while the attackers surround them outside of the warehouse. In the next scene, they see Baghdad police arrive outside of the warehouse and engage the terrorists. These soldiers take this advantage and get out of there. One of the Baghdad policemen, Lieutenant Ahmed, gets outpowered by the terrorists. They take Lieutenant Ahmed of the Baghdad police with them in the truck. They thank their on-time support on their way on the road. The lieutenant asks them to go to his police station for safety. After some time, a suicide bomber appears at the entrance of the police station too. Ahmed saves Johnson when the bomber blows himself there. Johnson thanks him by saying that he is a true friend. In the next scene, Tyler notices one policeman was on the phone when insurgents attacked the police station where this military unit was resting. They blew the wall of the police station building. After some time, Tyler sees him again calling someone on the phone. He held a gun at him to show his phone. Seeing this, Lieutenant Ahmed held his gun at Tyler to down gun from his man. The policeman hits Lieutenant Ahmed and runs away. The lieutenant kills him outside. When they come back to the station, the insurgents come there with a truck bomb. They engage the police and military there. They explode the incoming truck on the road. After that, the soldier gets the news of the rescue helicopter. He tells everyone this and they move toward the coordinates. They get their time to chill for a while there. In the middle of their fun, Sergeant Del Vecchio gets a phone call that they are not coming to pick them up. He asks him the reason. They say that terrorists hit their chopper. Now, they move to the base by themselves. On their way to the base, they found the dead bodies and burned pieces of the downed chopper. They stop there and wait for someone to come. After some time, a pickup of terrorists comes there. They start searching the parts of the chopper. Tyler and Dowdy, who were hiding and watching them, come out and kill them. After that, they start patrolling the area to move ahead for the base. They encounter another gunman along the railway line. Troy goes there and checks the body of the gunman. They find out that he was just a kid, and Troy repents for killing him. Dowdy motivates him that he would kill you the same way a man would. After some time, when they get to their truck, they get ambushed by the group of terrorists again. They trap them and start firing on them. In the meanwhile, their truck engine got out of order. They empty their truck and shelter behind the bushes and fire back on them. Sergeant Del Vecchio asks the doctor to call for help from the base, but he says no one will come at this moment. They keep firing on them. At the same time, Johnson points out some vehicles on the other side of the road. They wonder who they are. Suddenly their sniper shoots the gunman of the militia. Those trucks were from the American military base. Sergeant Bannings introduces himself and his team. He tells them that they are going to the city to transfer the prisoners. Sergeant Del Vecchio introduces his team to him and asks him to take them too. They go to the city in their Camp Zebra. They see the prisoners there, and Tyler worries about the miserable conditions of the prisoners. Johnson tells him that these prisoners are dead in the official record, so he should not worry about them. After that, they move on. In the next scene, they all appear in the hall of Commander Federico. He says that he is a professional investigator and is in charge of interrogation here. When he starts torturing the captive, they all move to their truck to go back. Tyler again starts talking about the intolerance, beating, and inhuman torture there. He asks Sergeant Del Vecchio to allow him to take action against these crimes. The sergeant was half faint and did not care much about his talks. Tyler and his men get ready to go to the commander's hall again to stop him from torturing the prisoners. In the meanwhile, they all go there and hold Commander Federico at gunpoint. Commander threatens them that he is CIA and there will be dire consequences for their actions. Tyler ignored his warning. Tyler and his men take the prisoners with them while locking up the whole crew of the camp there behind the railings. After some time, they were moving on the road to go to their base. They see cars blocking their way on the road. When they slow down, an explosion happens. Tyler warns them that this is an ambush. He asks them to stay in the vehicles and not take turns. Lieutenant Bannings ignores his warning and they turn from the road. They face several attacks on them there. After this, they get out of the truck and take refuge in the warehouse. They were trapped there by the terrorists. Tyler, Carver, and Dowdy come out to spot the attackers, but could not succeed soon. They find the terrorists and neutralize them in action. Carver gets wounded out there in an attack. They take him back to their doctor for medical help, but he could not endure and dies there. After that, they move in their trucks to the base. While they were on the road, they saw some cars and pickup coming from far planes. Everyone gets alerted and threatened about this huge number of terrorists following them. Sergeant Del Vecchio motivates his soldiers on the cause of this war. He tells everyone about the importance of eliminating evil from society. When they talk about the ammunition, Lieutenant Bannings and Del Vecchio come up with a plan to hide in their way and take attacking positions. When the terrorists arrive at their spot of hiding, all of them start to attack them. They fire their limited ammunition very precisely there. But soon they get empty. After some time, when the terrorists realize that they have killed all of the American soldiers, they come to check the dead bodies. When they come closer, Lieutenant Bannings, Johnson, and Taylor along with other men attack the terrorists with their military daggers. They fight the masked terrorists there. After this one-on-one sort of fight, they killed all of them. In the next scene, the doctor examines the wounds of Sergeant Del Vecchio. At the same moment, another pickup comes and fires a mortar at them. Del Vecchio stands up with a rocket launcher. The doctor and Taylor stop him, but he does not listen and fires at them. He blows the pickup while they kill him too with the mortar. They all mourn his death. The movie ends when Tyler gets up and asks everyone to settle up. He asks them to collect the ammunition of the enemy. They do so and also load the corpses of the fallen soldiers in the truck. Tyler thanked Lieutenant Bannings for giving them their Humvee and support. The movie ends with the scene of a Humvee going away on an unpaved road. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos like this and to help the channel grow.